Howdy folks, welcome to the zombie bunker. I was going to make a part 3 in my Hellcat trigger safety video. So many people want to comment so many stupid things and say that the trigger don't lock up on the Hellcat, which it does. The Glock triggers lock up also, and yeah, I mean, they don't. So I'm going to show it, demonstrate tonight, this evening. And I actually lied and said I had 25 Glocks. I said I had 25 Glocks. I actually lied. I got 26 Glocks. I can't get them all in. And I brought out the Myrtle Beach tiles so I give everybody something to make fun of. Yeah. Yep. 26 Myrtle Beach. Suppose I went there this weekend for the car meet thing, but can't because of that beer virus, coronavirus. But anyhow, that's another thing. Let's show this. Yeah, so many stupid comments. This is my carry gun. I forgot that made 26. So I'm gonna get it out of the way because it's loaded. The rest ain't. But here's the Glocks. Here's the Hellcat. We got a Sig P365, a Mossberg, a FN. I'll demonstrate this again. Why not? It seems so simple when I video it, but there's a lot of stupid people that just can't comprehend that the trigger locks up. And a lot of these people actually own them and say it won't, but it does. And in that first video, I was in my Glock. I kind of like went to come around with the trigger like this and hesitated and then paused and pulled it back again. And they said, oh, the Glock trigger locks up too. Well, it don't. I just happened to pause. Whatever reason I did, they don't lock up. So they won't call me a liar. You don't know how to shoot a gun. You don't know how to pull a trigger. You're stupid. You need training. Well, how many people actually have training? Very few. You need to get a revolver. You need to sell your guns. Oh, this the most stupidest people come in there and commented. I guess the majority of them think the Hellcat's just the greatest thing since it'll hold 11 rounds. But in all reality, the FBI has proven that you basically got 3 rounds, you're fine. And I carry a Glock 43, holds 7 rounds. And it's slimmer than the Hellcat and the P365. The grip is slimmer, which is the most annoying thing to conceal, or hardest to conceal, is the grip. So I'll still carry that. And let's get to this trigger deal. Okay, if you ain't never seen before, I'm sure you have. And the trollers, there's several guys that are trolling all these Hellcat videos. And I didn't block them on mine. I never ever had to block people through these, what has it been on YouTube? I don't know, several years. Never blocked nobody until the stupidity came in. I can handle a little bit, but anyhow, if you go to grab the Springfield Hellcat, nice, neat little gun. Pretty cool, I like it. It's cool that it holds 11+1, but the trigger can lock up on you, and my Glocks won't, so, you know, that is what it is. How can you accept that? If you start your pull on the trigger, so I'm unlocking it right now. If you start the trigger back before the blade, it locks it down. And I mean locks it down. You can push as hard as you want. You can't pull the trigger. I messed up and said about sideways and stuff on the first video, but it ain't really got nothing to do with sideways. It's starting the actual trigger before the blade, and it locks it up. And this is not the only gun like that. I know there are others that you can do it to too. But Glocks don't, and that's what I choose. But anyhow, I mean, it don't take much at all. See, that's locking it. When I got my finger, I'm pushing that blade in the middle, I should be able to pull the trigger. You can't. That much. Look at that. That's locked. That is locking the trigger. How can you think that's good? Well, I actually got it go that time, but it don't take Nothing at all. That's locking. I'm pulling hard. You got to make doggone sure this blade gets pulled before you start the trigger. Any motion at all on the trigger locks it down. This is the trigger. This is the blade. Any motion at all, and that's locking. Here, I can't pull the trigger. Cannot pull the trigger. How can you think that's good? But anyhow, I'm sure you can probably get in here and grind it and all and change it so it don't lock down like that. But honestly, you shouldn't have to do that. And you shouldn't have to, I can understand, the safety blade, that's what it is, to keep you from accidentally pulling the trigger. But if you got your finger in there like this, and you go to pull, and it locks down, that's not good. And you practice all you want at the range, that's perfectly fine at the range. Perfectly fine. But if I get in a situation, I don't want a trigger locking up on me. And what are the chances are, okay, you're talking about being a good safety, what are the chances are that you're going to pull the trigger back, you get something's going to snag the trigger, and then it's going to snag the safety blade? 2. What are the odds of that? You need that much safety that it's going to snag the trigger and snag the safety blade. I don't think so. An actual pull the trigger is not bad. But there's nothing bad about the gun at all, except for it locks down. That's it. And AFN, here's an AFN. It's got the hinge trigger. Impossible to lock it down. You can try to get up here at the very top as you want, which would be very awkward. Still pulls. That's the FN. Can't lock the FN down. Mossberg MC1. Bet y'all would love to see me fire a round off inside here. And no, I'm waving the gun or whatever you're talking about. I'm by myself. There's nothing I can hurt if I actually was around in the chamber. Mossberg MC1. Pull the trigger back, then mash the safety blade. You can still pull it. It'll still go. Can't lock the Mossberg MC1 trigger down. Springfield, Sig P365. Obviously, you can't lock it down. It don't even have that stuff, and that's fine. No safety whatsoever. And it actually has a very easy to pull trigger. I'm would be hesitant of having this one loaded with no holster for sure. Really easy trigger and no safety blade at all. But that's my gripe with that Hellcat. So here's a Glock trigger, which people called me a liar and say you can lock Glock triggers down. All right, Glock 43. All right, I'm gonna start the trigger back. This is really, but it's so simple. If you own one of these guns, you can do it yourself. I'm just demonstrating. If I start, okay, I'm gonna start the trigger back. Look, impossible to lock it down. You might get it just a little bit harder to pull, but it's impossible to lock the Glock trigger down. Well, I won't say impossible. It would be extremely hard. I can't do it none of mine. Push the trigger back, then mash the blade. Obviously, I know you don't have this trigger in your hand, but I'm gonna push the trigger back and get as far away from that blade so you don't think I'm mashing it. Obviously, I wouldn't be able to do that if it locks down. You kind of have to take my word for it that the Hellcat locks down, because you can't tell how hard I'm pushing. But go in a gun store if you don't got one, and if you got one, I just can't pull no harder. I don't even think I could break it if I had to. But that's the gripe with it, and that's the Glock 43. Here's a Gen 2 Glock 19. Pretty cool, ain't it? Let's try it. I started to take the mags out, but what the heck. Pull the trigger back, and I'm not mashing this blade. Pull the trigger back, try to mash it, no problem. You cannot lock a Glock trigger up. That's Gen 2. Here's a Gen 3. Yeah, it's a new gun. Ain't never been shot. Pull the trigger back. There you go. No problem. Gen 4. Somebody wants to see a lot of these guns anyway, but pull the trigger back. That one catched a little bit, was a little bit harder, but I'm trying to do it off with my finger. Pull the trigger back. That one's a little bit tough. This brand spanking ain't never in the shop except for the factory. Tiny bit tighter to push back, but you can. That's the point. I don't care if you got to pull a little bit harder; it won't lock. Here's a what is this? A Gen 5 MOS. I skipped Gen 4, didn't I? No, that was Gen 4. Okay. Pull the trigger back. Easily pull the trigger. What else we got? Let's see, Glock 44. Let's see if it'll lock up. Completely different gun. Pull the trigger back a little bit. If I bump that blade, I can't help it. I'm trying to show it to you. I'm not pushing it back. What else we got here? A Glock 45. Let's see if it'll lock up. Pull the trigger back. Okay. I'm not touching the blade. No problem. Glock 48. Let's see if it'll lock up. I'll tell you what. Oh, I'm going to skip it. Okay, trigger back. Won't lock up. When you get, imagine this gun right here. This is totally off subject, I know, but this gun right here, if you get them steel mags, will hold 15 rounds. That's going to be something else because it's got the nice sight pitch. It's like a really super thin 19. That is so cool. I bet they're going to be a whole lot more popular. I know Glock don't make steel mags though, so you can't go with that. My Glock 34. Let's try it. Yeah, you know they ain't none of these gonna lock. That's right. Won't lock. So all y'all make sure, I hope all y'all people come and watch this. All y'all, you need to learn how to pull a trigger, people. Pull the trigger back. Get the safety blade. You can't lock that one. What else we got? I don't got a lot of 17s because I like the this is too big. I got a 17L. Let's see if it'll lock. Trigger back. Oh no. And if you don't know, 17L's got a little bit easier to pull trigger pull than the other Glocks. That's totally irrelevant in locking down. No, you can't lock that one down. This does so many. Here's a C model, Gen 4. Can't lock it. Oh man, there's so many. I mean, here's another Gen 4. Pull the trigger back. Yeah, this is going nowhere because you can't lock triggers. And it's got, here's another 19C. We just skip it. Trigger back. That one's a look. This one, I think it's brand new too. Yeah, this one ain't ever shot. Completely unshot. It takes just a tiny bit more to pull. What else here? Oh, Glock 26. Gen 4. Trigger back. Yep, can't lock it. You just can't. Old 40 cal, Gen 40. This is actually my first Glock. 23C. Trigger back. Easily. That trigger's really well broke in. They get a lot of, a few thousand rounds or so in them. They shoot much smoother. And I got 43X. Yeah, this here's the one you're going to be able to get the 15 rounds mags too, but I just think it's so hard to conceal that grip. I still don't think I'll be happy with it, even though it holds 15 rounds. Two people are too much about that capacity thing. Yeah, it's just, even compared to the 11 rounds, I know this 11 rounds is going to be much easier to deal with than, well, actually it ain't that much damn difference, is it? Still though, still, yeah, it's enough because even with this one's got I'm getting off track, I know. Even with this one's got this pinky extension on it, my carry gun does not. This is not it, obviously I didn't take it off the table. That grip is just the hardest thing to deal with. But anyhow, man, I know 15 minutes, right? He could have said it in 2 minutes. Well, I done said it, and that's why the first video I got I got ticked because I'd already made another video and people wanted to say, well, you're lying and stuff. So I just completely deleted that and thought I'd make it a little clearer. But they know, when they're watching, they know. They just write in their little stupid comments just to try to get to you. And I let it get to me on that second video. And throwing the gun down and all, you know, like I said, shouldn't have let it get to me. They'll comment stupid on this one here. They'll be telling, oh, you just don't know how to pull the trigger. You just don't know how. Yeah, okay. That's what you think. Where'd the Hellcat go? That's what we was talking about. And I love this gun. It's cool as can be. It's not bad. Come factory with nicer sights than the Glock. 11+1 front serrations. Rail on the little bottom of it. Of course, I don't get into that on my. I guess you want to clip your light on when you go to bed at night, maybe. But then again, just have you a full-size gun, right? If it wasn't for the trigger locking on this gun, yeah, I done forgot. I was like, damn. Oh, yeah, I got the Hellcat. You can't pull it. Try it. Pick one up in a gun store, something like that. Or most of the people who are going to watch, well, this probably the sucky thing is this probably won't get the views like the first video did. But you know, and I can't go back and speak my piece now that it's done. I have nothing against Springfields. You know, I got a Springfield 1911. And this is not a Springfield anyway. It's a Croatian gun. I forget their company. It's not, Springfield didn't make this gun. It's cool. You know, the steel mags is what makes the difference between that capacity between this and the 43. The plastic mags are just too thick to get as many rounds in it. Plus they made the grip wider, you know. Got a thicker grip to hold the more rounds. And y'all study, you know. And you know too, another thing, this gun fully loaded is going to be much heavier than the 43 because ammo adds weight. You got to take that into consideration too. I feel this, at the end of the day, I feel my hip, this baby on my hip. You know, and then I'm going to add more weight to it, which is fine, you know. And I'm sure when I go back over this, I was, man, I wish I'd have said something else about it. But what else can you say? How could I make it any clearer? That this trigger should not be able to lock down like that. That's the only complaint with it. That you can lock the trigger down. It just shouldn't be. And there's no reason. It'll still, even if the trigger don't lock down, if they made it so it couldn't lock down like that, you still got the safety blade. If you're pulling the side of the trigger, if you get your hand in there like this, I can't pull the trigger right now. See? I mean, I can't pull the trigger. That's too easy to lock. Finally went, after how many multiple trials, you got to make sure that you push that blade first. Get 1,000 rounds to it, that probably might break in some, I don't know. Maybe. Best thing is to do is, I guess, get in here and file a little bit or something. But I prefer to, that Springfield would take care of that. Not something I don't buy no brand new guns, have to start filing on the trigger just to make it what it should have been in factory. But anyway, not hating on Springfield or the Hellcat at all. I like it. Just not the trigger. Not the trigger pull is good. Well, see it in there. I'm trying to. The actual trigger pull is just as good as a Glock. Maybe even a little smoother, but it locks down. And that's just not acceptable. Yeah, this trigger's not too hard to pull. I've seen somebody say that. It's not too hard to pull. If you want to really like trigger, get the Hellcat. Not the Hellcat, the P365. Get this one. But then again, you know, something might break in it. But these have just come out. Who knows what these are going to be after a couple thousand rounds. People didn't know that about the P365 till it was out for a while. And how long has the Glock 43's been out? No problems. I mean, this is the gun I want to carry. I know everything works and people don't have problems with it. I go to the range, or this is Glocks, and two. I got revolvers, many other various guns, 1911s, revolvers, even got old crap high point that I just got around. But anyhow, we right in 20 minutes, and I'm probably going to look back and say I didn't say something, or wish I told y'all, because I know somebody's going to comment something. I said, that fool. But yeah, comment and say that you're. I don't care. You may buy this and think that's the greatest thing, and you don't mind that trigger's that hard to pull, or that's got that much safety built into it. Fine, that's fine. But there ain't no reason that people shouldn't know about it before they buy one. Not when they get in the spot. And if that actually happened to you, that trigger locked down, and something was going on, after it was all said and done, you probably won't even know what happened. All you would be able to know is for some reason you couldn't pull the trigger. Okay, I'll let y'all go. Anyhow, I appreciate y'all watching. You don't have, and it's because you don't agree with me, don't mean you don't have to dislike. I don't care if you dislike or not. And if you look at that other video, somebody was saying, well, the dislikes say it. Well, there's 30,000 views and 200 whatever people disliked it. Out of 30,000, I don't think that's bad. Anyhow, y'all. And it's my channel too. I can sit here and ramble for hours, can I? Right? If you don't like it, you know, you ain't like you got one forcing you to twist your arm. Let's show this one. Probably. That's so RTF. RTF. Somebody wants to make a video show all the Glocks, but I just kind of skimmed through them. Now you actually know these are all mine. Myrtle Beach. I give y'all something to joke about right there. Yeah. Somebody. There you go. How you like that? That's where I was supposed to been going, but I'm dedicating this free time for y'all. I'm trying to be some good, informative information for y'all out there. Anyhow, Springfield Hellcat. If you get one, I would check into doing something about that trigger. If I was going to carry it, okay. I don't hate the gun, just a locking up trigger. I'll see y'all. Thanks for watching. Click like if you can, if the information is resourceful for you, and subscribe and whatever else they're gonna say. But anyway, I know ain't many gonna make it to the end. Oh, yeah, I showed the Gen 2. Anyhow, like I said, can't edit stuff too. It's so, and then, you know, this is all free time. I don't want to ramble now. I don't make money on doing this. I'm just doing it. It's because guns are a hobby, you know. No, I'm not some elite tactical guy. Maybe I could use a little training, but I do know how to pull the trigger. I know that much. Right? Anyhow, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching.